July 19th, the Remembrance Movement and community will come together in North Bend for a walk and run to honor Blake Pottle.
He lost his battle with stage 4 metastatic colorectal cancer back in 2021 after being diagnosed at the age of 38. Today, in the backstory, our Steve McCarron spoke with his family about the impact of the foundation created in his name.
What was he like?
Well, he was an inspirational character himself, okay?
Yeah.
He liked people. He liked to bring people together. He was an avid traveler, an outdoorsman. He just felt it was important to give back to the community. One thing I found after he passed away is that he had raised funds for people with dementia. That was really very interesting to me because he never bragged or never talked about things that he did, but he was always involved and had a lot of friends. We have people that come from all over the country every year to this event.
How long after his passing was there this talk within the family of creating a foundation to help out?
I would say almost immediately. It was spearheaded by my sister, for sure.
And what was the inspiration for her, and why do that so quickly?
I think that Jacqueline, who is the youngest daughter, was inspired by him. Okay, I think that she just wanted to continue his legacy of bringing people together and having an impact and improving the community.
Describe what you guys do through that work.
So our foundation supports the patients, the caregivers, and the physicians and nurses, because cancer doesn't affect just the patient, it affects the whole system.
Yeah.
And so it was really important to us to ensure that we were providing support in that way.
I've been a caregiver 3 times. My wife's had cancer twice, and Blake had cancer, and so these people become part of your family and people you rely on and depend upon, and they need more support than you would believe. Also caregivers, unless you have been in that position of having to care for someone who has cancer, who's going to die, you don't understand what it's about. It takes an emotional toll, it takes a financial toll on the family, and in so many cases there are not people within the family who can take care of someone with cancer or a serious disease. It has to be, you know, people hired from the outside, or aunts and uncles, or I guess shirt tail relatives. So it's an awesome thing to have to do.
Which leads me to July 19th, which is the 5th annual event that's coming up.
Yes.
What's involved with this? What happens during that event?
Great question. So it's a 1K, 5K walk run, so kiddos and then adults.
Okay.
And it's held at the beautiful Meadowbrook Farm in North Bend. There is good food. There are adult beverages. There's a DJ. There's a silent auction, which is expanding every year. We design a shirt especially for each year. Everyone's
welcome to come, whether you walk, run, or whatever, or you just want to gravitate out and take part in the community event. I guess the best way to put it is, there are people who are out there to do a time to see if they can beat their last 5K time. There are families out there with their children who want to take a walk in a beautiful area, and it is a gorgeous area. And then there are the silver sneakers. So the bottom line is there's
something
room
for everyone.
There's room for everyone at our starting line. We're very selective in the projects that we take on. We're not going to take the funds that people give us and donate to a fund, a philanthropic fund. We want to know about a project. We want to know what it's going to cost. We want to know the benefits, and so that we can have that impact.
Last year, the Blake Pottle Foundation donated $86,000. Most of that money went to Swedish Issaquah and went to surgical equipment when they operate on cancer patients and massages for patients. On our website, you can find more information about registration for that walk run. It's on July 19th. That's next Sunday. Just head to KOMOnews.com/hotlinks.
Yeah, we really appreciate them coming in and speaking with Steve about that tough ordeal, but so much good coming from it.
I know, they're doing so much to give back to those that are dealing with cancer and their families too.
Right.